Good day guys. Welcome to Data Structures and Algorithm. Today, we discuss a new sorting algorithm called WaveSort. So what is WaveSort? WaveSort arrange elements in a unique wave-like pattern where even index elements are larger than their immediate odd index neighbors. Sa madaling salita, ang WaveSort ay nag-arrange ng mga elements sa isang kakaibang wave-like pattern kung saan ang mga even index ng elements ay mas malaki kaysa sa katabi niyang index na neighbors. We have here the following algorithm. Step 1. Take an unsorted array as input. Step 2. Assign elements to respective waves. Divides the input array into distinct waves. Wave 1, 0 to 20. Wave 2, 21 to 50. Wave 3, 51 to 100. Later on, didiscuss natin kung para saan ba yung wave na yan. Step 3. Compare and swap. If the current element is smaller than the previous one, swap them. If the current element is smaller than the next one, swap them. Last, step 4. Continue until complete. Repeat the process until all elements are rearranged in wave-like pattern. We have here a pseudocode. Later on, didiscuss natin yan kung paano siya gumagana. As you can see guys, meron tayo ditong unsorted wave, which is 16, 40, 39, 1, 5, 43, 99, 98, 78, and 32. At nandito sa gilid yung ating pseudocode. And we have here in the three boxes is the divide at yung values na i-compared and yung swap na. So simulan na natin guys kung paano nga ba gumagana ang WaveSort. Proceed tayo guys sa first iteration. First is maglalagay tayo ng elements sa wave 1, which is yun yung 0 to 20, na ang ibig sabihin ay kung ano lang yung number sa unsorted wave na sakop ng wave 1 is yun lang ang mailalagay. Kaya makikita nyo dito, naka-highlight yung 16, 1, and 5 dahil sila lang yung element na sakop ni wave 1. Gets ba guys? So bago muna yun, maglo-loop hanggang sa makuha niya na yung value na karapat-rapat sa wave 1. Then after that, check niya if the element falls within the current range. Then after ma-check, masoswap na siya. If the element at index x is greater than the element at index y, it will swap. And the next procedure, same process, if the x is greater, then swap. Then, next tayo, second iteration, with the new wave. Ang sakop niya naman ay 21 to 50. Same procedure katulad kanina hanggang sa matapos. Maglo-loop siya hanggang sa makuha niya yung value na karapat-rapat sa wave 2. Then, check niya if the element falls within the current range. Then, after nun, magsaswap na sila. And lastly, iteration 3, wave 3, na ang sakop naman ay 51 to 100. Same procedure hanggang sa maswap lahat ng elements. And then, masort na ito. So, ito siya guys. Kung makikita nyo, ito na yung sorted wave natin. Kung makikita nyo dyan guys, halos nakaayos na siya lahat after maswap ng lahat. Itong sorted wave ay napakadali niya lang intindihin. I-divide mo lang yung mga elements sa kanilang wave and doon na pupasok yung swapping hanggang sa maswap lahat at masort.
Why call this wave sort? We call it wave sort because of the way it arranges elements into distinct waves or ranges, creating structured flow within the data. The term wave symbolizes the division of the array into specific ranges, much like how waves are separated yet interconnected in a sequence. So parang may up and down effect yung arrangement ng mga numbers, kaya tinawag siyang wave sort. Think of it like a wave in the ocean. There's a rise up and fall down pattern. Ganun yung sorting method na ginagawa. Meron itong strength and weaknesses, so unahin natin ang strength. First is customizable. You can adjust the ranges depending on the dataset providing flexibility for various types of sorting problems. Ang maganda sa wave sort, pwede mong pagbaguhin yung range depende sa klase ng data na hawak mo. Kung ibang range ang kailangan mo, like 0 to 10, 11 to 30, tapos 31 pataas, kaya mo i-adjust. Kaya hindi ka limitado at swak siya sa iba't ibang problema sa pagsosort. Next is intuitive sorting logic. The swapping-based sorting mechanism is straightforward and easy to understand, especially for beginners. Madali lang intindihin yung wave sort kasi simple lang yung logic niya. Swap lang ng swap kung saan kailangan. Lalo na kung beginner ka, mabilis mo siya makukuha kasi hindi siya komplikado. Diretso lang ang proseso nito. Better representation of group data. Wave sort preserves the structure of group data within ranges, making it suitable for use cases like bucketing or histogram-based visualizations. Maganda rin sa wave sort kasi hindi niya basta-basta hinahalo yung mga data. Hinahayaan niya lang magkakasama yung mga magkakagrupo. Perfect siya kung gusto mong gumawa ng buckets o mga charts tulad ng histogram, kasi kita mo pa rin yung natural ng pagkakapangkat ng mga values. Next is weaknesses. First is inefficient sorting logic. The swapping-based sorting method or nested loop can be slow for larger datasets, with a time complexity of within each bin. Kung malaki na yung dataset mo, medyo bumabagal yung wave sort kasi nested loop yung ginagamit niya sa pag-swap. Dahil dito, nagkakaroon siya ng quadratic time complexity. Ibig sabihin, habang dumadami yung laman ng bawat group, sobrang bilis din ang pagbagal ng sorting process. Scaling issues. As the input size and number of bins grow, the processing time increases significantly due to its simplistic sorting logic. Habang dumadami yung data at dumarami rin yung mga bin o group, mas lalo ring bumabagal ang wave sort. Kasi simple lang yung sorting logic niya, kaya hindi niya kaya makipagsabayan kapag sobrang laki na ng dataset. Last is dependency on ranges. The accuracy and efficiency of the sort heavily depend on the choice of ranges. Poorly defined ranges can lead to uneven bin sizes or unnecessary complexity. Malaki ang epekto ng tamang pagpili ng range sa wave sort. Kapag hindi maayos yung pagkakahati ng ranges, pwede maging sobrang laki ng isang group at halos walang laman yung iba. Kaya nagiging magulo o mabagal yung sorting. That's all for strengths and weaknesses. Thank you for your time and attention. That will be all for our presentation. Have a great day!